Hello there, I'm Aanont Wathanasin and you're tuned in to 7Edition, and these are your headlines. Any country offering asylum to Jho Low is irresponsible, says IGP. Carpooling survey shows Klang Valley drivers are the worst in the world. And Vietnam arrests 8 more people linked to the Essex lorry deaths. The government is currently finding the best solution to resolve the financial problems plaguing Plus Malaysia Berhad. The Prime Minister said the best choice at the moment is for the country's sovereign wealth fund, Khazanah Nasional Berhad, which is the major shareholder in Plus, to manage the toll concession company to settle its debt. Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad also reiterated that the government was prepared to let go of Plus if there is a party willing to pay a high price to acquire it and assume its debt.
Khazanah adalah milik kerajaan. Jadi the last say datang daripada kerajaan lah. Tapi kita nak tengoklah yang mana yang terbaik mungkin. Kalau Khazanah urus, dia boleh selesaikan hutang-hutang, okey lah. Tapi kalau ada orang lain yang menawar untuk ambil alih hutang sampai 30 bilion, itu adalah sesuatu yang baik bagi kerajaan. Kita akan cakap dengan Khazanah.
The Prime Minister was speaking to members of the Malaysian media in conjunction with the 35th ASEAN Summit in Bangkok today. Recently, media reports quoted Khazanah Managing Director Datuk Sharil Riza Ridwan as saying that the government wealth fund was not interested in selling its stake in Plus. It is the biggest toll concession company in the country and Khazanah owns a 51% interest in it. The remaining 49% is held by the Employees Provident Fund following the takeover in 2011 with a transaction value of 32 billion ringgit. Last week, Integrated Facility Management and Construction Conglomerate Widad Business Group Sendirian Berhad upped its offer for Plus with a new proposal to acquire 100% equity in the company to 5.3 billion ringgit from 3 billion earlier. The offer includes a compensation waiver of 3 billion ringgit and debt assumption of 30 billion, bringing the enterprise value of the offer to 38.3 billion ringgit. This is reportedly the highest bid from the private sector to date. On another matter, the Prime Minister said the government will allow Australian rare earth producer Linus Corporation to continue operating its processing plant in Malaysia. After meeting Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison on the sidelines of the ASEAN Summit, Tun Dr. Mahathir said analysis by experts found that the operation of the plant was harmless.
Linus is, of course, an Australian company, and they are hoping that we will drop the restriction. Of course, we will do that within 3 months. Once we have decided, of course, Linus wish to invest more in Malaysia, and these are big investment, running into billions. So we cannot afford to just ask them to go away. With regard to the waste, we have already decided that we should disperse the waste, not keep in just one place.
The government had also previously imposed conditions for the company to ensure that its waste management is safe and did not pose any threat to the safety of the surrounding population. On to the Dewan Rakyat sitting. Members of Parliament today were told that the first 9 months of this year, more layoffs were recorded in the private sector compared with the whole of 2018. Human Resources Minister M. Kulasegaran said this was based on the notification by employers. The minister disclosed in Parliament today that there were 24,600 layoffs this year up until September 30th, 2019, compared with 23,168 in the whole of 2018. From the 2019 figure, 87.9% underwent formal discontinuation, while 12.1% were involved with the Voluntary Separation Scheme, or VSS. In the previous year, 74.4% underwent the normal discontinuation process, whereas 25.6% underwent VSS. The manufacturing sector was the most affected, followed by administrative and support services, trading, accommodation and F&B services, and then information and communication. On the opportunities available to those who have lost their jobs, this was what Kulasegran had to say.
Berdasarkan statistik daripada portal pekerjaan sehingga 2019, kekosongan pekerjaan yang didaftarkan oleh majikan kategori siswa adalah sebanyak 50,326 orang, manakala sebanyak 642,798 kekosongan jawatan adalah untuk kategori bukan siswa.
On the development of the gig economy, the minister added that the government is conducting a thorough study on the related laws and regulations and will introduce more initiatives to better encourage the participation of youths in that sector. The authorities in the country where Low Tek Jho, or better known as Jho Low, is believed to be hiding in, are refusing to cooperate with Malaysian police. According to Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Bado, they are reluctant to provide information and have been giving ridiculous excuses. He stressed that any country that offers asylum to Low is irresponsible. The IGP disclosed that the excuses include claims that the 38-year-old financier had undergone plastic surgery and now looks like a bear.
Pembedahan mukanya. Muka dia saya ingat sekarang tak sama dengan beruang ke macam mana saya pun tak tahulah, ya. Tetapi kononnya, ya, dia dah mengubah rupa bentuk mukanya. Tetapi dia terus ada di tempat itu, negara tersebut. Ya. Maksudnya alasan untuk diberikan oleh negara tersebut. Ya. Kononnya dia ni sekarang susah nak dikesan.
Tan Sri Abdul Hamid's comments come after reports emerged that Low is now moving around under a Cypriot passport. The IGP added that the police believe the wanted businessman was still in the country he's hiding in. According to Cyprus-based Greek-language newspaper Politis, the businessman linked to the One Malaysia Development Berhad scandal has been a citizen of Cyprus for the past 4 years. The report, reproduced by the Sarawak Report blog, also said Low had obtained the passport through a well-known citizenship and passport broker, Henley & Partners, in 2015. The firm had previously commissioned the passport from the Caribbean island nation of St. Kitts and Nevis. The report also alleged that Low had also commissioned the construction of a grand 23 million ringgit mansion on the island, but whether or not he is in Cyprus is still unknown. In the courthouse, 2 friends were charged with the murder of the mechanic whose body was found floating in Tasik Payabungo, Gambang last month. No plea was recorded from both D. Puhalendran, aged 20, and N. Satis Kumar, 27. The duo were charged with murdering 39-year-old A. Raju on October 18th in a car in Gambang. Maintenance workers at the lake discovered the victim's body that was found floating with his hands and legs bound. Under the Penal Code, the 2 friends are facing the death penalty upon conviction. The court set January 17th for case remention. In Sabah, a woman was burnt to death when the car she was travelling in burst into flames after it was involved in a crash in Lahad Datu this morning. The victim's Proton Saga collided with a Toyota Revo in the Jalan Dam Simpang Putatan. A team of 8 firefighters was deployed to the location after the emergency call was received at 8:24 a.m. and the fire was completely put out less than an hour later. A person who was travelling in the 4-wheel drive vehicle suffered slight injuries. Police are investigating the cause of the accident under the Road Transport Act. Coming up next, Hong Kong protest ends with a gruesome knife attack, including a politician's ear being bitten off. The details next. Now on to the latest on the Essex lorry deaths. Police in Vietnam have arrested 8 people in connection with the case. Now, this brings the total number of arrests in the country to 10 as they, alongside British police, close in on a massive suspected trafficking ring following the discovery of 39 people in the back of a refrigerated lorry. On Sunday, Vietnamese officials arrived in the UK with DNA samples and essential documents to help identify the victims, a task which is a priority in the case. None have been identified so far, but British police are in direct contact with a number of families in Vietnam and the UK. Meanwhile, authorities are urging two brothers from Northern Ireland to hand themselves in. The pair are believed to have links with the haulage and shipping industries and are wanted on suspicion of murder and human trafficking. British police last week charged two men with manslaughter over the deaths of the 39 victims. Hong Kong police said on Monday that 3 people are in critical condition after a weekend of chaotic clashes between protesters and police. In the midst of a protest inside a packed shopping mall, a man with a knife slashed several people and bit off part of a politician's ear. 2 others are in serious condition among a total of 30 injuries from Sunday. Flash mob rallies erupted inside multiple shopping centres across the city Sunday afternoon, sparking frequent clashes with riot police. But the day ended with a man going on a knife rampage taking place outside a shopping mall in Tai Koo Shing. Live footage showed Andrew Chew, a local pro-democracy councillor, having his ear bitten off after trying to subdue the attacker, while a second man was seen unconscious in a growing pool of blood as bystanders desperately tried to stem the wounds on his back. The alleged assailant, wearing a grey t-shirt, was then beaten bloody by the crowd. Eyewitnesses told local media that the man was speaking Mandarin and shouting pro-Beijing slogans. 6 people in total were wounded, 4 men and 2 women, while 3 people were arrested. Meanwhile, the Indian capital Delhi has launched a car rationing system as it battles hazardous levels of pollution. Now, in many areas of Delhi, air quality deteriorated into the hazardous category with the potential to cause respiratory illnesses. The city government has declared a public health emergency and imposed an odd-even system on private vehicles at least until November 15th. Cars, however, are not believed to be the main cause of Delhi's toxic air, with experts pointing instead to crop burning by farmers in neighbouring states to clear fields. Schools are closed till Tuesday, and the shutdown is likely to be extended until Friday as the city continues to choke under a thick blanket of smog. Now let's hop on to Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making the rounds in the cyber world today. Now, jogging is surely one of the most common activities people pick up to stay fit, with the roadside being a typical setting for this healthy routine. But after this incident that we're about to show you, you might want to think twice about where you want to lace up for your run. Disclaimer, this video contains graphic content. It was a beautiful Saturday turned nightmare when a woman who was casually jogging by the road shoulders around Harbour Bay in Batam, Indonesia, is brutally run over by an SUV, the impact knocking her unconscious. The CCTV footage of the violent split-second tragedy went viral on Facebook, accumulating over 400,000 views. Police said the victim was rushed to a hospital in Malaysia for further treatment, adding that no further details can be given at this time, while an investigation on the incident is underway. Now updated as of 7 p.m, here are the top trending topics and searches on the internet today. Welcome back. Now, it seems that Klang Valley drivers are the worst when it comes to carpooling. A survey by the Centre for Governance and Political Studies, or CENT-GPS, revealed that more than 87% of Malaysians in the Klang Valley drive alone to work, the highest in the world for single commuters category. The survey found that those who drive to work in the city from Ampang, Sri Kembangan, Sungai Buloh and Petaling Jaya prefer to drive alone to work instead of carpooling or taking public transport. The remaining 11.6% travel with one passenger on board, while only 0.9% travel with two passengers on board. CENT-GPS also said the affordability of fuel and toll led to the large percentage of single drivers. The survey also found that driving alone to work provided relative comfort and privacy to the drivers. The other reason is that public transport remains difficult in terms of accessibility, and some respondents also complained that the cost of parking at LRT or MRT stations was the same as parking at work. Another reason behind the thumbs down for carpooling is due to the possible tardiness of colleagues who will end up affecting the driver's punctuality at work as well. The study, conducted from October 23rd to 25th, involved 4,689 respondents from various locations in the Klang Valley. The think tank also cautioned policymakers against abolishing tolls or continuing fuel subsidies. These measures, albeit painful and unpopular, need to be taken to encourage carpooling and the use of public transportation for the good of our future generations. Bursa Malaysia rose 10.22 points to end at the day's high on the back of consistent buying in index-linked counters at the 11th hour. The benchmark FBM KLCI was up at 1,603.56 points compared with Friday's close, in line with the positive market sentiment both locally and globally. Now on to stocks to watch. Sunway Group Berhad has acquired a land measuring about 1.49 hectares in Wangsamaju, Kuala Lumpur, for a purchase consideration of 37 million ringgit payable over 2 years. With its proposed development anticipated to mirror the success of Sunway Avila, sited just 200 meters away. This news gives a rosy outlook on the company as this expands future earnings base, albeit marginally. Next, sentiment for Axiata Group Berhad's stock remains clouded since the cancellation of the merger with Telenor. However, this is seen as a tactical opportunity as the group is in the spotlight surrounding talks with smaller sized deals. But even if this doesn't come to pass, its growing regional foothold and cost-saving driven initiatives beyond fiscal year 2019 is expected to be a safe bet for investors. And last but not least, Mega First Corporation Berhad MFCB's Don Sahong hydropower plant project in Laos is almost complete, pending the testing of all 4 turbines, which is estimated to churn about 25 million ringgit of electricity sales in financial year 2019's fourth quarter. Besides that, the company and Perkat Technology Sendirian Berhad have recently established a joint venture called MFP Solar Sendirian Berhad to undertake solar projects up to 10 megawatts in Malaysia, which is expected to give far better investment returns of 10 to 12%. Lazada Malaysia will feature 16 global and local brands for its most awaited event, Lazada 11/11 Shopping Festival. Its Chief Business Officer Kevin Lee said this year's shopping festival will also list heritage products from rural farmers to reach a broader spectrum of consumers through a collaboration with Lazada's Desa project.
So project Desaku, it's for entrepreneurs yang telah pergi untuk training dengan Alibaba, Netpreneurs Program yang dianjurkan dengan MDEC. Mereka mendapat inspirasi untuk membantu petani-petani dari kampung untuk turut bersama dalam ekonomi digital.
Kevin said this after the launch of Lazada 11/11 Shopping Festival in Kuala Lumpur today. For the shopping festival, Malaysians can stretch their ringgit with Lazada Wallet with more cashback, Mesti Beli deals, live-streamed game show, and other new in-app shoppertainment features.
The CEOs and
supporting part. My colleague.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Lazada's 11/11 is official. The biggest one-day summit. The CEOs and
Media Prima Business Network today celebrated its 13th anniversary, and it has been a huge success for Media Prima Berhad, as the program was proven to benefit small and medium-sized entrepreneurs, SMEs, who participated via its advertisement packages. To honor loyal clients, the media group held a lucky draw, which was participated by 89 of its clients. Gamuda GM Klang Valley Berhad was announced as the winner, bringing home the main grand prize, a brand new Nissan X-Trail 2.0 SUV.
Sambutannya amat baik sebab selama ni memang kalau kita tengokkan syarikat-syarikat besar saja yang beriklan di TV. Tapi sekarang kita bagi peluang kepada SME, small medium enterprise, to also be involved. So diorang boleh buat package iklan diorang tu dengan memang sesuai dengan bajet diorang yang keluar TV dan dapat peluang untuk menang kereta hari ini.